Previously on the O.M.E.N podcast.
Daddy, what in the blazes you been doing while you've been here?
This is my war room. I've been listening on the radio for transmissions from them. It's the goddamn communists. It was their plan all along. It's Putin's plan. You see something that doesn't quite look right.
A corpse made out of driftwood. Just all tall and scraggly, with, I guess I'd call them speakers up on top.
You hear the thing make the weirdest noises. It starts making all these weird siren noises as it walks off into the forest with your dad.
Hello.
You can't talk to everything.
I mean, I can at least try.
The creature grabs you.
What will happen next? Find out on this exciting episode of O.M.E.N.
The creature carries you for quite a long time. You're inside its hand and you're swinging back and forth. It carries you deeper into the woods. And after about 15 minutes, it swings its arm forward and throws you down into a deep pit below. And you take some falling damage from this.
I don't like that.
No? Do you want to try and use agility to avoid that?
Yeah. Got an 11.
Okay, so you managed to land reasonably alright. You don't gain any fall damage. But you can see your dad is down in this hole as well, and he's broken his leg. Oh, god damn it. It hurts so much. Oh.
Is there anything else in this hole with us?
There's a couple of, skeletons, some petrified bodies, they're sort of desiccated.
Daddy ain't gonna like this. I'm gonna grab 2 of the leg bones off the corpses, and I'm gonna start making him a splint for his broken leg.
Disgusting, but okay.
At least it's not a face.
That's true, at least it's not a face. I suppose that's the catchphrase of this series. At least it's not a face. So you make the splint and you wrap it around his leg. What are you using for bandage?
I'll tear off the hem of my coat.
So you build a bandage and you create the splint, and he is able to get up onto his foot now. And you are now on your own, the two of you, in this sort of pit. And you can hear the siren creature above, sort of making weird sounds, and it's sort of marching around.
Daddy, do you think that's your commie?
Possibly. I mean, I don't really know what a communist actually looks like, so potentially that could be it. Could you roll for observation?
I got a 16!
Okay. So you hear a sort of muffled mumbling underneath one of the desiccated corpses, like someone's hiding there.
I'm gonna say hello, even though my DM don't like it.
Okay, so you say hello, and from underneath one of the corpses, another old man, he sort of shuffles out. He's wearing what looks like a dressing gown, and he looks pretty cold. He's got very little hair around his ears. He kind of looks like a monk, and one of his glasses is broken. Your dad goes, "Roger! What the hell are you doing here?" And Roger climbs out and sort of stands tall and goes,
I don't know. I got grabbed by that thing a couple of weeks ago, and now I've been down here ever since. I've almost run out of trail mix.
And your dad walks up to him and goes, I didn't realize that you'd gone missing. If I'd have known, I would have gone searching for you. And then he looks at you and goes, this is why this old folks' home is so shitty. Because, they didn't even know he was gone. And he's clearly very, very angry about this. And his priorities aren't very straight right now.
I've been trying to find a way out, but I don't have my glasses on me, so I've not been able to see any way out. I don't know what's down here.
Immediately as that happens, the siren creature leans over the side of the pit, and its hand comes down. Could you please roll for agility?
Alright. That's a 19.
Very nice. I'm going to roll another one. Uh-oh. So you run out of the way, and your dad manages to run out of the way, and you manage to sort of like press yourselves up against the wall of this sort of pit. But poor Roger, who only rolled a 6, gets grabbed by this arm,
What? God, no! Help me!
and he's being like pulled up towards the top of the pit, towards the siren. Are you going to do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna fire at the mouth.
Okay. So Roger's being pulled towards this mouth, and as it opens, this big sort of thick tongue comes out, and it looks razor sharp at the end because it's like made out of modified metal.
Oh, I don't like that.
So are you going to try and shoot?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a 28.
Damn. Okay. So you shoot at this thing. The bullet that you managed to shoot goes straight into the mouth, and the entire siren falls off. Like, you managed to decapitate this creature, and the siren falls down, and the creature itself lets out this ungodly yelp, and it drops Roger back down below, and it retreats away from the pit. So you are now alone in this pit with poor Roger, who is absolutely terrified, your dad and you, and the head of this siren creature that is sort of writhing around on the floor, like the tongue is sort of flailing around.
Gosh, I probably ought to call work.
Do you want to try?
I don't want to deal with work. I'm just gonna take a video of it, and I'll send it to. No, Greg's working in accounting.
Probably be Smedley.
Yeah, I'll just send it on to Smedley after my vacation, because I don't want to deal with him right now.
You take this video of the creature's head, then it slowly starts to die, and the tongue sort of stops moving eventually. It sort of like has a few residual flickers of life, but then it dies out on the floor. And you can see it's this horrible mix of both machine and humanoid skin. It's like really horrible looking. It's really unpleasant. And like you can see like inside the skin there's like wires and stuff. What do you want to do? How are you going to try and escape this pit? As you know, Roger couldn't see anything, so...
Roger can't see anything.
No, he is practically blind.
How sloped are the edges of the hole? Are they like straight up and down, or?
Quite sloped. In fact, like some of them look kind of man-made.
Alright.
Like some of them look like very, very like concrete bunkery.
Huh.
Indeed.
But how deep is this hole?
About the size of a standard room, I would say.
Hey, Daddy,
Yep.
I need you to give me a boost so I can get up to good ground again, and I'll help y'all out from up there.
He immediately refuses because he's got a broken leg.
Daddy, when's a broken leg ever stopped you? You telling me about Nam, and you manning the guns with a broken arm and another broken arm, and you got a broken finger on each hand, and you got a broken foot, and you're telling me you're all half broken, and now when I need your help so we don't die, you telling me no?
Healthcare is not free, goddammit. I am not gonna break this leg even more than it already is.
Daddy, I'll just ship you to Canada. It's fine.
But there's gotta be a better way than taking you out there. You can't go out there. That thing is still up there, goddammit. I'm not letting it kill you.
Well, Daddy...
I don't want you to end up like one of these goddamn corpses.
And he points at the corpses, and you can tell that like they were desiccated by this creature.
It's a hell of a lot more scared of me than I am of it. And I'll just point at the head on the ground.
Oh, yeah, no. I guess, could you roll for persuasion?
I got a 4.
4. He is not impressed by like your attempts to persuade him. He's definitely not going to do it. You need to find another way out.
Why you gotta be so difficult?
Like I said, the walls of this place,
Yeah.
some of them seem man-made, but like years of dirt and like grime have built up on top of them. And you can tell that actually this feels like it's a room of an actual place, and it's caved in. Like the weight of the like soil on top has caved in. It's created this pit.
So I gotta find a door.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'm gonna knock
Okay.
on all of the walls until I find that hollow spot.
Okay. So you sort of like wander around the wall, hitting it, and eventually you come across a spot that sounds kind of hollow. You hit it, and the dirt falls away, and it reveals what looks like a very impressive wrought metal door.
I'm gonna try to open it.
Could you roll for strength, please?
I got an 11.
Okay, so you manage to eventually pull this door open. It's really rusted, and you make your way into this very dusty-looking laboratory room. And your dad follows you in, and so does Roger. And Roger goes,
What is this place?
This is clearly the communists' lab. Like, I can tell. Because it's clearly not American. We don't have this kind of technology, I don't think.
You walk in, and there are loads of test tubes everywhere, and there are these great big vats on the walls, and the vats are empty, and one of them is sort of smashed and broken, and there's glass all over the floor, and this residue all over the place. What do you want to do?
Roll for observation.
Okay.
I got a 22.
Damn. Okay. So the first thing you notice is on the wall there is a great big logo, and the logo seems to look like the American flag, and underneath it is written the word gamma, as an acronym. Near that is a bunch of paperwork, and you go over to the paperwork and you look at it. It appears that this place was being used for some kind of human hybridization with machinery, and it was being used as sort of a top secret government project, but clearly it's been abandoned for quite a few years now. You find files on there about genetic engineering, signal modulation, DNA memory extraction, and each one of them has that gamma logo stamped on the front.
I was half expecting it to be a Starbucks logo, to be honest.
Oh. No, it's not a Starbucks logo, although the greater Starbucks conspiracy will be eventually revealed at some point, probably. So you find that. You've noticed that clearly these vats were used for growing test subjects at one point, and when this place was evacuated, because it's clearly been evacuated in a hurry, one of the things broke out, and it's sort of been down here for years, and probably within the last 4 or 5 months it's managed to break its way through the ceiling in that other room and out into the environment. You can deduce from this that is that weird creature outside.
Man, why did I not pick up that EMP grenade when I had the chance?
That would have been useful, wouldn't it?
That would have been useful. But no.
Yeah.
I don't actually
No.
remember what I ended up with.
You went with the ice grenade.
Oh, yeah.
The endothermic grenade.
And that went very poorly, if I remember correctly.
It did. You almost killed Martin.
That's fine.
So, you are now in this laboratory room. Because you managed to observe so well, I'm going to say that you managed to find a useful item. And that useful item is some sort of electronic beacon thing. It looks like a radio beacon. So that's the thing you found.
Hey, Daddy?
Yep.
You don't happen to recognize what this thing is? And I point to the radio beacon.
It looks like it's some sort of radio beacon.
Wow, Daddy. I had no idea.
We used to use stuff like this back in O.M.E.N to signal in choppers and stuff. But this looks a little bit more high tech than I'm used to. It looks kind of organic, actually. I'm a bit confused. I've never seen anything like this. This must be really high powerful Putin communist tech going on here. I don't know. I don't really pretend to understand what it is.
I don't like how he said that it looks like it's organic. My first assumption is that it might be partially a person.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna say hello.
You say hello to the thing in your hand, and it doesn't react. It seems like this is some sort of more inanimate thing. You look up, and because your observation roll was so good, because I feel like it'd be worth telling you kind of what this thing does. You can see schematics on the board. This seems to be like a muster beacon. So when this beacon's placed down, the creature will be lured towards it. So you could potentially use this to set a trap.
All right. Well, I'll just take a mental note of that, because I heard it real good.
You did?
But if it's kind of a person, maybe I can rehabilitate it. Put it to work in the accounting office.
Probably doubtful in this case. It is definitely more machine man.
Then I'll put it to work in the IT department. I don't see what the problem is.
Wow, rude. Flipping hell. Jeez. Oh, man. Ernie Nibble in the accounting department is not going to be pleased with you. So, you take this thing and you manage to find at the end of this room there is a ladder back out into the forest. So you climb up this ladder and you open up the vent. After a while, your dad and Roger manage to climb out of the hole as well, and you are now in the forest. The siren-headed creature does not seem to be anywhere nearby. It seems to have fled off into the forest somewhere. It might be worth you getting inside somewhere because it's getting quite cold out here. It's like getting very, very late at night.
Daddy, I think it's about time we went home. We got church in the morning.
Really? We're gonna go to church after this? After this
Daddy?
unholy abomination?
I think after a night with an unholy abomination, there's no better thing to do in the morning but go to church.
I cannot argue with that. That actually makes a whole lot of sense.
You'll walk back to the lodge. When you get back to the lodge, you find that there is the police car there, and the police officer is standing there alongside this other strange guy. He's wearing a big black sort of duster coat, and he's got frosted tips on his hair.
Oh my god.
He looks like
Who called Hacker Man?
it's not Hacker Man. He looks kind of like a
Spike from Buffy?
no. He looks like a hotter Guy Fieri.
Excuse me. There is nothing hotter than the mayor of Flavourtown.
Okay, he basically looks like Guy Fieri, only with a slightly more chiseled jaw.
I regret the things I say.
The Mayor of Flavourtown is not looking very happy.
Please stop.
Sorry. He comes up to you and he says,
I guess you're from O.M.E.N then, right?
Well, yeah, I suppose.
I think you'll find that this is Gamma territory. We do not like it when you guys come around here and mess up our stuff.
Well, your stuff's messing up my stuff.
May I introduce myself? My name is Peyton Steele.
Are you proud of yourself,
I am
Sean?
proud of myself. Yeah. It's the best name.
My name is Peyton Steele, and I am one of the agents for Gamma. The creature that has been attacking this area is under our jurisdiction, so I will be handling this from now on, if you would not mind that. Thank you very much. Well, you see, I didn't even know this was going on until my friend here sent me a message saying that a member of O.M.E.N was dabbling around in parts of the country that are not their jurisdiction. You're in the wrong here, not me. So I would suggest that you back off.
Well, you're not really taking good care of your area if you're just now hearing about this.
I take care of my area just fine. I'll have you know.
I don't need to know anything about your personal areas, but y'all ain't taking care of your domain, your Gamma domain. So I had to come in and deal with it, because your belongings are messing with my belongings.
Listen, any sort of collateral that happens is on us, not on you. You shouldn't be dealing with this kind of thing. In fact, this kind of stuff is negligible in the grand scheme of things. Like, these old people don't matter compared with everything that Gamma does. So, quite frankly, you can back off.
Well, if it's negligible, I guess you don't have to worry about it, because your negligible asset is messing with my daddy, and I ain't gonna let that happen.
Don't worry, we'll be putting the asset down in the morning. We will be luring it to a safe position and then eliminating it so we can experiment on it.
I'm gonna push the button on the beacon.
What?
I'm gonna push the button on the beacon.
Whoa, hang on now. No. You can push the button on the beacon in the next episode of the podcast, because this is the end of this one. So we'll see you next time. Bye. The O.M.E.N podcast is powered by Ellipsis RPG, the accessible donationware rule set, now available on itch.io. If you like what you're hearing, please rate us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. You can tweet to us at the hashtag OMENcast, that's O-M-E-N cast, and who knows, you might get a special mention in one of the episodes from us. Thank you for listening, and remember, stay vigilant. You never know what's out there.